Sai Ram, one and all. Today we shall take a new poem, that is the Song of India, written by one of the writers, that is Vinayaka Krishna Gokak, V.K. Gokak. The Song of India. So before you read, there is a small poem written by an ancient saint, that is Paramahamsa Yogananda. See the introduction. He says, better than heaven or Arcadia, I love thee, O my India, and thy love I shall give to every brother nation that lives. Say how meaningful the poem is. Small poem, part of a poem. Better than heaven, heaven you know opposite hell. Better than heaven, which surpasses heaven, or Arcadia. What is Arcadia? It is a place in ancient Greece, a beautiful area of countryside in ancient Greece. It's a place. Then one more meaning, a place where people have a pleasant life, a place where people have a pleasant life, where one could enjoy the life, that is Arcadia. Then here, or refers to a vision of harmony with nature. Vision of pastoralism or harmony with the nature. That means we enjoy there. So he says, better than heaven or Arcadia, I love thee, O my India. Thee means you. O India, I love thee, you, O my India, means patriotism. And thy love, thy means your love. You show love, you love me. I shall give to whom? To every brother nation that lives, means we share. Correct? Then come to this poem written by V.K. Gokak. So he is a patriot. He was a patriot also. Highlights patriotism. The Song of India, V.K. Gokak. See the first stanza. So here, who is the speaker? This poem is in the form of dialogue between Mother India and the poet. Mother India and the poet. Dialogue between, conversation between Mother India and the poet. So he says, V.K. Gokak or the poet wants to do something. He takes the permission from Mother India. He wants to describe some aspects of Mother India in his own words. He could not decide what aspect should he glorify, should he praise. He wanted to praise India, so he wanted to select a particular aspect of India to be praised. Which praise? So he wants to ask his Mother India. So he says, which aspect of his Mother India he should glorify through a song. See the first stanza. What song? Poet says to Mother India, what song shall I sing of you, my mother? My mother means Mother India. ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯ ಹತ್ರ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಲಿ, ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ವರ್ಣನೆ ಮಾಡಲಿ, ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಿನ್ನನ್ನು ಹೊಗಳ್ಳಿ, ಯಾವ ವಿಷಯವನ್ನು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ತಾಯಿ ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆಯ ಹತ್ರ. ವಾಟ್ ಸಾಂಗ್ ಶಾಲ್ ಐ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಯು ಮೈ ಮದರ್? I asked. Shall I sing of the Himalayas with their snow-born peaks, of the 3 seas that wash your palm? Shall I sing of your clear dawn with its pure gold streaks? Said Mother, imperturbable calm, sing of the beggar and the leper that swam my streets, sing of the filth and the dirt that foul my sylvan retreats. First stanza. Poet ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಭಾರತ ಮಾತೆ ಉತ್ತರ ಹೇಳ್ತಾಳೆ. What song shall I sing of you? What aspect shall I select to praise you? ಹೇಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. My mother, I asked. I means the poet. Who is the poet? V.K. Gokak. ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ಪರ್ಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾನೆ. Shall I sing? Whether I could sing, whether I would sing about this one, about what? Of the Himalayas. Shall I sing of the Himalayas? Shall I select the beauty of the Himalayas to praise you? Of the Himalayas, with what? With their snow-born peaks. Peak ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಶಿಖರ. Snow, Hima. Snow-born means snow-covered. Shall I sing of the Himalaya, beauty of the Himalayas, which has the cover of what? Snow. So how did he describe the Himalayas? He described the Himalayas as having snow-covered peaks. How beautiful! How beautiful the Himalayan ranges are. Correct? It prevents cold winds from other nations. Correct? Protects India from cold winds. And it acts as a crown of Mother India. Shall I sing of that one? Himalayas. Shall I sing of the 3 seas? 3 seas means what are they? In the east, Bay of Bengal. In the south, Indian Ocean. In the west, there is Arabian Sea. So 3 parts are covered by 3 oceans, 3 seas. So of the 3 seas, shall I sing, shall I praise you, taking the scenery, physical features of 3 seas that wash your palm. Those 3 seas wash your palm, touch your palm and make you pure. They purify your feet, touch your feet. Correct? Shall I sing of them? How beautiful the seas are. Correct? Then, of the 3 seas that wash your palm, shall I sing? Then, shall I sing of your clear dawn? Dawn means early morning. Opposite, dusk, D-U-S-K. Clear dawn, pure dawn, beautiful early morning shall I take as an example to to praise you, of your clear dawn. With what? Early morning. With what? With its pure gold streaks. Streaks means streak. Streak means line. Streak means ray. Pure gold streaks means beautiful sunrise. You have beautiful sunrise. Shall I sing of that one? It makes you beautiful. Early morning. Correct? Then, of your clear dawn with its pure gold streaks. Now, what is the answer of Mother India? Whether she agrees with him, whether she gives him permission to sing about Himalayas, 3 seas and the clear dawn. Now see, said mother, how? Imperturbable, calm. What is imperturbable? Perturbable means what is that? Sensitive. Perturbable means disturbed. Disturbed. Perturbable means delicate. Perturbable means anxious. Perturbable means volatile, changing, disturbed. Opposite of perturbable, that is imperturbable. Imperturbable means single word, that is calm, peaceful, relaxed, not confused. Imperturbable, remaining calm in spite of worries, in spite of problems. Remaining calm. So how did she respond? She responded calmly, peacefully, composed, unmoved, unaffected. These are the meanings. She was composed, she was unaffected. The question did not affect her. She responded calmly. It did not disturb her. She remained calm even after many questions. Said mother, imperturbable, calm. What did she? She said to him, sing off. If you want to sing, then sing off the beggar. There are many beggars in India. Correct? Beggars live in India. Sing of them, praise them, write about them, glorify them, write about them. And the leper. Leper means untouchable. Lepers means untouchables. Who are avoided by others. The people who are avoided by others, sing about them. She didn't give permission to him to sing about Himalaya, sing about the 3 seas, sing about what? The next one? Gold streaks, clear dawn. But she asked him to write about, sing about beggars. Lepers, untouchable people are there in India. Write about them. That swam, beggars swam. Swam means move in group. S-W-A-R-M. Move in group. So beggars move in group. Lepers move in group. There are groups of beggars, groups of lepers, sing about them, that swam my streets. So India's streets are filled with groups of beggars and lepers, untouchables. So why should you write? Because to show sympathy for them, identify them. Streets, sing of the filth and dirt. Filth means contamination. Filth means filth means contamination. We can say there is a meaning corruption. It also has a meaning. Filth, contamination. Garbage, there is a garbage. Impurity. Correct? Impurity is there. Write about them. So, write about the filth, contamination, silt and dirt. Immorality maybe impurity, dirt. So, write about them. Concentrate on them. So, sing of the filth and dirt, impurity, that foul smell. You might have heard the word. Foul means disgusting. ವಾಂತಿ ಬರ್ತದೆ ಕೇಳುವಾಗಲೇ, ಸ್ಮೆಲ್ ಬರುವಾಗಲೇ. ಡಿಸ್ಗಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ ಡರ್ಟಿ. ಹೇಳು, ಬರೀ ನೀನು ಹಾಡಿ ಹೇಳು. ಯಾವುದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ? ಫಿಲ್ತ್, ಕೊಳಚೆ ಪ್ರದೇಶಗಳಿದೆ, ಅದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರೀ. ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ಫೌಲ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ಬ್ಯಾಡ್ ಸ್ಮೆಲ್, ಡಿಸ್ಗಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್. ಮೈ ಸಿಲ್ವಾನ್ ರಿಟ್ರೀಟ್ಸ್, ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಸಿಲ್ವಾನ್ ರಿಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸೆಕ್ಲೂಷನ್, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೂಫ್ನೆಸ್, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೋನ್ನೆಸ್, ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಸಾಲಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್, ಏಕಾಂತ. In deep woods, woods means trees, forest. That foul my, that destroy my, what? Sylvan retreats means the beautiful forests with their shady trees have been destroyed by man. All that remained is dirt, rubbish thrown by man. We cannot enjoy, we cannot have a pure what? Forest. Sylvan retreats. So the man throwing all the rubbish into the forest, it destroyed the beauty of forest, beauty of nature. Man destroyed the beauty of nature. So write about that. Correct? Now it is a bad smell. It is disgusting. I think he got the first stanza. Correct? Come to the second stanza. The poet doesn't want to leave. He wants to contribute something in the form of a song. So he is persistent. In the second stanza, he asks his mother India, what song shall I sing of you, my mother? I asked. Again he asked, what song shall I sing of you? What aspect should I take to praise you, glorify you? Shall I sing? Barila. Shall I sing of what? Of rock-cut temples, epics in stone, of your children that died to call you their own, theirs very own, of the seers and prophets that hewed the straight path for the man that pilgrims alone, said the mother in indignant words that beat into my ears, how? Like gong, that flew about me, a pitiful thing, like great white birds. Sing of the millions that toil. Sing of the wrinkled face indexing ignorance. Sing of the helpless child born in a bleak, dark home. In this way, he asked for the second time, what subject shall I select? What aspect shall I select? What song shall I sing of you, my mother? I asked in the ಎರಡನೇ ಸ್ಟಾಂಜದಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, shall I sing of your rock-cut temples? Rock-cut temples indicate rock-cut temples. Important, note down all these points. Architectural beauty of India. ರಾಕ್-ಕಟ್ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್, ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳು ನೋಡಿರ್ಬೋದು, ಕಲ್ಲಿನಿಂದಲೇ ಮಾಡಲ್ಪಟ್ಟ, ಕಲ್ಲನ್ನು ಕೊರೆದು ಮಾಡುವ ಏಕಶಿಲಾ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ಸೊ ಅದರ ಶಲ್ ಐ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ರಾಕ್-ಕಟ್ ಟೆಂಪಲ್ಸ್, ಅದನ್ನು ವರ್ಣಿಸಲೇ. ಶಲ್ ಐ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಕಿಟೆಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಬ್ಯೂಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ, ಕಲೆ ವಾಸ್ತುಶಿಲ್ಪದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿ ಸೇಸ್ epics in stone. Epics in stone indicate what? Craftsmanship, skill of the people of yesteryears. Craftsmanship of the people of yesteryears. ಹಿಂದಿನ ಜನರ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್, ಕೌಶಲ್ಯ, ಅದನ್ನು ವರ್ಣಿಸಲೇ. ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್. ದೇರ್ ಇಸ್ ಎ ಕ್ವಶನ್, ಸಿ ಯಾವುದದು? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎಂತ? ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್? ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಸ್ಟೋರೀಸ್. Correct? Stories, narrative stories or poems describing the deeds or adventures of heroic or legendary figures of past time. Correct? Those stories, such stories are carved or written on the stone walls of temples. So he called epics in stone. What are the epics? Epics are the stories or poems about heroic or legendary people of ancient time. Such stories are written on the stone walls of temples. So he called epics in stone. ಎರಡು ಮಾರ್ಕಿನ ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ನೆನಪಿಟ್ಟುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್. ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ಕಟ್ಟಿದಂಥ ಹೀರೋಯಿಕ್ ಪರ್ಸನಾಲಿಟಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಕಥೆಗಳಿರ್ತದೆ, ಲೆಜೆಂಡ್ರಿ ಕಥೆಗಳು, ದಂತಕಥೆಗಳು ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದನ್ನೆಲ್ಲ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನಗಳ ಕಲ್ಲಿನ ಗೋಡೆಯ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರೆದಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಅದನ್ನು ಎಪಿಕ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೆದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. What are the epics? Epics are the poems. Epics are the stories. Why are they called epics in stone? Because stories are written on the stone walls of temples. That's why it's called epics in stone. So he said epics in stone. ಕಾವ್ಯ ಕಲಾತ್ಮಕತೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. Shall I sing of the epics in stone? That is architectural beauty of India. Of your children, shall I sing of your children? Children means soldiers. Children means freedom fighters who fought against the foreign people, foreigners, to free India. So soldiers fought against foreigners, freedom fighters fought against foreigners. Why? To make India free. ಸೊ ದೇ ಡಿಸರ್ವ್ ಪ್ರೈಸ್. ಶಲ್ ಐ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್? ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಆಫ್ ಯುವರ್ ಚಿಲ್ಡ್ರನ್ ದಟ್ ಡೈಡ್, ದೇ ಡೈಡ್ ವೈ? ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ಯು ಮದರ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ದೇರ್ ಓನ್, ದೇರ್ ವೆರಿ ಓನ್. ನಮ್ಮದೇ ಭಾರತ ಅಂತ ಕರೀಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋರಾಡಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಅವರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋದು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ he says, shall I sing of what? Seers. Seers means saints. Saints. ಋಷಿಗಳು ಮುನಿಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಆಫ್ ದ ಸೀರ್ಸ್, saints and prophets, ಪ್ರವಾದಿಗಳು. What did they do? What were the contributions of seers and prophets? They contributed valuable lessons and experiences to others. Correct? Prophets that hewed, H-E-W. Hew means shape. That shaped, those people shaped the straight path. Means the great sages, great saints, great seers, prophets guided the people, showed the right path to the people, to the religious people. Those religious people guided the followers, others in the right path. For the man that pilgrims alone, so they guided the pilgrims. Correct? So shall I sing of them? Shall I sing of those people who contributed their valuable suggestions, valuable experiences, valuable lessons to others, other pilgrims? Shall I sing of them? They contributed a lot. We cannot ignore them. Said mother. Mother said. Mother answered. Said the mother, Mother India. How? In indignant words. Indignant means angry words. In angry words. In infuriated. In resentful. In fury. Fury means anger. Infuriated, angry. So mother got angry, angered by the words request of the poet V.K. Gokhak. She said indignant words. That word, those words that beat, ಹೊಡೆಯಿತು. ಹೇಗೆ ಆ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು, ಕೋಪದಿಂದ ಹೇಳಿದಂಥ ಶಬ್ದಗಳು ಹೊಡೆಯಿತು ಇವನ ಕಿವಿಗೆ. ಹೇಗೆ? beat into my ears like gong. Gong means bell sound, sound of bell. Those words, angry words, hit his ears like a gong. See the figure of speech used here. What is the figure of speech? Yes, simile. Correct? Her words are compared to the sound of the bell, using the word like. So it is a simile. Correct? Then, indignant words that beat into my ears like a gong. Those words, indignant words, flew about me, flew against me, came to me. A pitiful thing. Who is a pitiful thing here? Poet himself is the pitiful thing. A poor pitiful thing means poor thing, a miserable thing. He called himself a pitiful thing. ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಪಾಪ ನನ್ನ ಕಡೆಗೆ ಬಂತು, ಅದು ಹಾರಿ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. About me, a pitiful thing. ಹೇಗೆ ಹಾರಿ ಬಂತು? ಒಂದು ಕೇಳಿದ್ದು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನೋಡಿದ್ದು. ಓರಲ್ and oral audio, AURAL, oral and visual ಎರಡು ಇದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. ಲೈಕ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಬಂತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಹ್ಯೂಜ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್, ಲೈಕ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ವೈಟ್ ಬರ್ಡ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಹೌ ಡಿಡ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಫ್ಲೈ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಹಿಮ್ about the poet like large white birds. ಹಕ್ಕಿಯ ಹಾಗೆ ಹಾರಿ ಬಂತು. So he used, the poet used oral, A-U-R-A, oral and visual images to describe the anger of Mother India. ಅದರ ಹಾಗೆ ಹಾರಿ ಬಂತು. Then she says, angry words, sing of the millions that toil. Toil means work. Write about the people who do hard work, who work hard, ಪರಿಶ್ರಮ ಪಟ್ಟು ದುಡಿಯೋರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. Sing of the wrinkled face. Wrinkled means fold on face. ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಫೋಲ್ಡ್ ಎಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ, ಸುಕ್ಕುಗಟ್ಟುವುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸುಕ್ಕುಗಟ್ಟುವುದು ಯಾವಾಗ? ಏಜ್ ಆದಾಗ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ರಿಂಕಲ್ಡ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಹೂ ವರ್ಕ್ ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇನ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಏರಿಯಾಸ್. ರಿಂಕಲ್ಡ್ ಫೇಸ್, ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಪೀಪಲ್, ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಫೇಸ್. ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸಿಂಗ್ ignorance. ಇಂಡೆಕ್ಸ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ indicate. So the wrinkled face indicates was what? Ignorance. So write about the ignorant people who work hard. Write about the old people who had wrinkles means if it is a symbol of ignorance. Write about them. Why? Because they work hard. Concentrate on them. Wrinkled, indexing, ignorance, having no knowledge. Sing of the helpless child, those who are helpless, those who lead a miserable life. Sing about them. Write about them. Sing of the helpless child, where born in a bleak, born in a unpleasant, born in a pale, born in a family, depressed class people. So born in a bleak, opposite bright. Bleak means barren, bleak means desert, bleak means unpleasant. Those who are born in unpleasant home, dark home. You should be aware of the misery of the child who was born in a poor family. Concentrate on them. Concentrate on the people who are unhappy, who lead a cheerless life, who lead a miserable life. Correct? Who was born in a dark family, backward family. Write about them. There are many people who could not enjoy their life, who leads a miserable life. Correct? Write about them, he says. So she was obstinate. She tries to convince him. She tries to make him concentrate on the present problems. She doesn't want him to praise her taking natural beauty, geographical features like Himalayas, the 3 seas and the clear dawn. She wants to make him concentrate on the present problems and who sacrifices their life for the sake of the nation. Correct? I think you understood the first stanza and second stanza. Correct? Now read the first stanza and second stanza. Okay? We shall continue in the next period. Sai Ram.